Excuse my dead flowers. I want to show you how I use the Dyson because my hair's still pretty good and I could get away with it, but it's hair wash day. I want to show you how I use the Dyson. I also want to show you my hair care routine, and I also want to give a little background of my hair history and how my hair was destroyed by a hairdresser. So I'm going to talk about the hair history bit first and then I'll show you the routine, but let's get into that. Completely honest, I was told it would be best if I shaved my entire head and then regrow it, but I didn't want to do that, so I'm telling my story on what happened. Then I'm going to tell you what I'm currently using now that I honestly believe has helped my hair. I'm also going to show you other bits that I think helped my hair then but doesn't help my hair now, if that makes sense. In all different colors. From blonde I went straight to eggplant purple. That was an interesting one. My hair was semi-long, but not really long. And then I decided to chop that. I'll try and find reference photos. If I can't, I'll try and find a photo like it. But I'll try and find the photos. So it was eggplant purple. And then from eggplant purple, I went back to blonde. Then I think I went black. I went dark brown. I went light brown. Dark brown, light brown, black. Then I did half black, half pink. Then I did half black, half pink. Then I did kind of like full, like I did pink, black, if that makes sense. I did that. And then I went back to half black, half pink. And then I did black roots, pink ends. And I was obsessed with that. I fully was obsessed with that. I loved it. I went back to black and pink again, half and half. But then my hair decided to, I guess you could put it, not go the best. Like one side was growing longer than the other, as it does with half hair. And then I decided I had to go one color. So I went back to then I went back to just plain black. Then I went to light brown. Then somewhere in the mix I went back to half. Then I went blonde. Then I went back and did my whole hair pink. And then I did this color that I have currently, which is just adding black roots to the pink so it doesn't wash me out too much. Now the story with the hairdresser. The hairdresser is within mix of that. It was when my hair was in between. So I told the hairdresser I did a color remover, and I did a color remover probably, I want to say 6 months before the hair appointment. And I let her know that because I wasn't sure if I could have what I wanted to my hair done. Now I didn't want my whole head bleached. I just wanted scattered highlights so you couldn't tell. Well, not that you couldn't tell, but so it wasn't such a harsh line between my roots and what the color was, because it was kind of like, I don't know what you would call it. It was kind of orange, but it kind of was blonde. I'll put up a photo, but that's what it was. And I went in there telling her, and my hair was probably here at that point. So that's what I had, and I went in there and all I said is I just wanted a couple of highlights just to kind of blend it a little bit. And they go, yeah, no problem. And I was like, okay, sweet, too easy, it's gonna be fine. And I've always been skeptical of hairdressers. I do want to point that out. I've been skeptical because every time I tell them I want a little trim, they cut it up, always up to here. It happens every single time. They always cut it shorter. And I've always been the type of person where they've always cut it shorter. They've always dyed it the wrong color. Even though I've showed them what I wanted. And I said, look, I know it's not going to be like the photo because I know the photo's edited. But I also know the outcome they could have done better because it was drastically different. And I know a lot of hairdressers, if they see this video, they're going to get the shits probably. Anyway, fast forwarding. I had my hair done and she did the highlights. But the bit I didn't like about the highlights is that I've always got told when you dye your hair, you usually milk the color through, especially for colored hair. Like you rub it, like milking it through. That's just what I was told it's called. So she started doing that after she took the foils out, and she made this weird sound and told me to come over to the basin. So she went over there, she started washing it. Then she took a photo of it and sent it to someone. She went into the back room, and I'm just sitting there confused, wondering what's going on. Like, I'm sitting with my head tilted in the basin. Like, obviously I'm confused. And, you know, I thought, you know what, I'm going to give him a go. Like, that's what I had in my head. I had in my head that I'm just gonna give him a go. Like, I gotta give him a chance. Not every hairdresser is bad, but something in my gut was telling me that something's happened. And they kept, I even asked them, I said, is everything okay? Like, is something wrong? And they kept saying, no, everything's fine, and kept reassuring me that everything is okay. Well, then they got the apprentice to then start washing my hair and doing a treatment. After she did the treatment, she got told to follow the hairdresser. So they went into the back room, and so did another hairdresser. And those hairdressers were on the phone for probably ages. Meanwhile, my hair's sitting in this treatment. I could feel like a slight burning sensation, and like I couldn't really feel my scalp. But you know when you can't, I'm not sure if anyone else felt this before, but you could feel the burning sensation, but you also can't feel your scalp, if that makes sense. And some key points I do want to add, when they're washing it out, they used, like, my head felt really hot, and I was always told when you're washing out bleach, you use lukewarm water, because you don't want it too cold because you can snap the hair. You don't want it too hot. And they used freezing cold water, and that kind of made me go, okay, I didn't know that was a thing, but maybe I was just told the wrong thing. So my hair ended up getting it all washed out. They took me back to the seat, and they had the mirrors in front of you, but for some reason I couldn't see myself, and she kept telling me it's good and kept telling me that she needed to cut off some of the ends. When I looked at my hair, for one, it was cut up to here. I was mortified. 2, it wasn't the color I asked. 3, the way they forced the way my hair sits. So my hair naturally sits like this. Usually I have it over a bit. Like, I had this big, I like to call it an aerial fringe, and I was obsessed with this fringe. I loved it because I felt like it looked cool, and I felt like it suited my face a lot. When I got home, after I paid how much it was like 400 and something, which I was mortified. Keeping in mind, when they were blow drying my hair, being really aggressive, and after they cut my hair, they told me, oh, you'll be a great candidate for hair extensions. You should really be hair extensions. And I'm looking around me, and I'm seeing so many people with hair extensions, and I'm going, okay, this is a bit weird. Anyway, ended up deciding, you know what, I'm going to go straight home. Like, I had somewhere else to be, but I was like, no, I gotta go straight home. I gotta fix my hair. I feel like my hair looks like an umbrella, because that's how it felt like it was. Felt like it looked like an umbrella, and I really hated it. And sorry for hearing my dog in the background. I really do apologize for that. So that's how I was feeling. So I went to go and fix it. I don't know how I'm gonna fix this. I don't know if I need to use a straightener. I don't know if I need to just force it a different way. I went home, and I was like, you know what? First, I'm just gonna brush it, because it's feeling really, you know when you spray hair too much and it kind of feels hard? It felt like that. So I went to go and brush it, and I was always told you always brush from the end and work your way up. That's what I was doing. As soon as that brush touched my scalp, I was in agony. I went immediately to go and see if someone could check my scalp for me. Fast forward a little bit, I went to this other hairdresser that a lot of people trust and know. So I went to her and I said, look, I don't want anything done. I want you to check my scalp because it doesn't feel right, and I only think like you'll be able to tell me, really. So she's looking at my scalp, and she confirmed it. I had 3rd-degree burns. I went to the doctors as well. They said to my scalp I had 3rd-degree burns. It was mortifying, and I couldn't wash my hair. I couldn't put conditioner on my hair. Freaking, when I put water on my head, it hurt. Everything hurt. Even to lay my head down on a pillow, it hurt. The only thing that I could actually put on my scalp was milk. Was the only thing that soothed it. Then I went for regular treatments for my hair to somewhat get life back to it. Time that it was growing, it grew on an angle like this, and that was just mortifying, especially someone that wanted to grow my hair and their hair was finally growing. It was mortifying. So I constantly had to get it cut to about, I'd say roughly here, constantly. Only recent that I'm able to grow it, and and it's only the people won't get it, but the girls that get it. Your hair can be such a safety blanket, and I've always felt, I guess, an ugly duckling, if you will. I always felt like my hair made me look so gross, so disgusting. To finally have my hair go the way I wanted it to go, feel pretty with my hair, it suddenly got ripped away from me, and I felt lost in a way. Like, I didn't feel like myself. I didn't want people to see me. I would hide away because I just felt such a low self-esteem that I've never felt before. Even when I was getting picked on as a kid, or I say as a kid, I was a teenager. Even when I was getting picked on, I didn't feel as lonely as I did having that happen to my hair. Now that I found the routine that's actually helping my hair, you can actually, it feels soft. It feels like my hair feels nice. You can't see through it like you used to. Like, I look back at old TikTok videos and other videos I did. It was modified because it was half like growing, like kind of how it's sitting now, besides the point. It was like that. You could see straight through my hair. It looked like I was going bald. Just looking at these videos, I was completely shocked, devastated, and just heartbroken, to be honest. And the fact that they couldn't even tell me, for one, they couldn't apologize. They kept ignoring me, for one, and not taking accountability for it. The fact that they tried to cover it up by constantly trying to get me to have hair extensions really rubbed me the wrong way. That's my little background story. Now we're gonna get on to the fun stuff. Not the best angle, but anyway, this is what my hair is like once it's wet. Like, you can see. I'm just going to use some things before I use the Dyson. I'm going to use the wet to dry setting. I'm just using my leave-in conditioner. I just spray this all over like this. Then I try to section my hair in half. Quick little spritz. Another section. Then the only other thing I use is the Amika Dream Routine Overnight Hydration Treatment. Just use that much. Go in with this side first. I just like to rake it through that much. Then with whatever's left on my hands of the product, I like to just rake it through the rest of my hair. Usually that's what I leave it out. Just those two products. Today I'm also going to add in the leave-in treatment from Redken, I can't pronounce it properly, the Arctic Bonding Concentrate, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced. I just use a tiny bit for my ends. I also use the Arctic Bonding Matching Shampoo Conditioner, but tonight I used my own color mask I made up. So I put that in after I shampooed my hair, and then I just did a extra hair mask, which is from this range. So I used this range shampoo, conditioner, the mask, and then I used the leave-in as well. Now I'm in the bathroom about to do my hair. This is what mine looks like, because I'm pretty sure you saw it at the beginning of the video with the little clips. It's amazing because it doesn't have hot plates in it, so it's supposed to be better for your hair. Now this is quite loud, so I'm probably going to mute it, but I'm just going to get my hair clip, and I'm going to start with the first section. I'm just using this much of hair. I would like to mention, my hairbrush is dirty, so I apologize for that. This is the only hairbrush I use now. I only recently got it, but it's the only hairbrush I use. I find it's nicer for my hair, I guess you could put it. Like, I feel my hair a complete difference. So if you don't have a hairbrush like this, I highly recommend it, and use it on wet hair as well. So I tend to just slowly work my way up and brush my hair. So once I brush my hair, I'll turn it on by the on setting. Then I press this setting until it says wet, and then I will close it and lock it with that to do my roots. So this will be fast paced, so that's why I'm explaining it at the moment, but let's do that.